Hello， 大家好，歡迎你收睇 Bricks and Mortar 嘅專學短片。我係 Christabel，Bricks and Mortar 嘅 Head of Sales Operation。我哋今日嘅主題呢係英語系列。咁樣呢，我哋今集呢就會係講中小學生啦，下一集會講大學生，而最後一集呢係會講企業同埋專業人士嘅。咁我哋好榮幸咧，邀請到 Cascade Train Teach Learn 嘅創辦人 Vanessa 咧，就同我哋講下呢方面嘅問題嘅。Hello Vanessa, thank you for joining us.
Hi Christabel, thank you for having me here today. Hi everyone, I'm an English language trainer and lecturer, and I'm pleased to be here today to share with you what I know about studying in the United Kingdom.
咁 Vanessa 咧就係一個英語培訓師同埋講師嚟嘅。咁佢今日咧會同我哋分享一下去英國留學所會遇到嘅問題嘅。
So today, let's get started. Now, the United Kingdom enrolls the second largest number of students from Asia, and in 2017, this accounted for 53% of students in the United Kingdom. I know many parents are very excited to send their children to boarding school and even to live with guardians in the United Kingdom. But remember, if you're interested to send your child to the United Kingdom, it's essential that you're up to date with information because this can have an impact on your child and their well-being while there.
咁樣咧 Vanessa 就話咧，英國係一個非常之熱門嘅留學嘅地方嚟嘅。咁喺亞洲地方去嘅留學生咧，係差唔多係佔咗佢哋所有留學生嘅一半到嘅。咁但係咧，臨去留學之前咧，父母係好應該知道多啲資訊啦。如果唔係咧，佢小朋友咧去到英國咧，就會面對一啲問題㗎啦。
Today we'll be looking at 4 areas. Preparation is key, ways you can prepare for your child to be studying in the UK, knowledge is king, or rather should I say queen in the UK, and finally we'll be looking at some international students' experience, about their experience in the UK.
咁今日咧，我哋會探討4方面嘅問題啦。第一咧就係點樣去準備去留學啦。第二咧係準備嘅方式啦。咁第三咧就係知識咧係王道 ，knowledge is king， 或者喺英國呢個 case 咧係 Queen in the UK 啦。咁同埋一啲國際留學生同我哋分享嘅經驗嘅。
So going abroad can seem very exciting, but we need to remember that it's not a holiday that your child is going on. Your child will encounter many differences based on their experiences in Hong Kong, and they will come to a new cultural setting. In this, what do I mean by this is that the way people greet each other, the way people have meals, and the way people just go about their day-to-day experiences will be very different for your child. So it's important to sit down and talk about how life could be different for them while studying in the UK.
咁樣咧，去英國留學咧就係非常之一個好 exciting 嘅 experience 啦。但係你要記住喎，佢哋唔係去旅行喎，佢哋係去讀書。咁點樣去適應新嘅文化啦？適應嗰度當地人嘅入鄉隨俗咁樣嘅規矩啦。咁樣咧，呢啲全部咧都係要啲父母咧去準備好啲孩子去臨去英國之前，佢哋要知道嘅。
Though your child may have been studying English for many years, one thing to note is that when moving to the UK, it may be the same language, but there'll be a whole new set of rules. There'll be slang that your child may not have heard before, and he or she may not understand. And there'll be many other international students with whom they have to communicate with, and the common language would definitely be English. So if your child feels uncertain about communicating with people outside of Hong Kong and in their own homes, it's best to prepare them for school.
咁樣咧，去到英國咧，雖然啲學生咧係已經識得英文㗎啦，但係因為嗰邊有唔同嘅文化啦，咁同埋可能有啲地道嘅語言啦，咁啲學生咧都會開頭係覺得唔係咁適應嘅，同埋仲有一啲外國嚟嘅留學生咧，咁呢啲所有嘢咧，佢哋都要去學習嘅。
And finally, life in Hong Kong is vastly different to life in the United Kingdom. Now, in boarding schools, many children actually are expected to make their own beds, prepare their laundry for matron, and even be self-sufficient in managing their time. So my advice is prepare them for this journey and get them ready to be self-sufficient before they actually leave Hong Kong.
咁你哋同埋要知道一樣嘢咧，就係喺香港嘅生活同喺英國嘅生活咧係截然不同嘅。咁例如佢哋如果係住寄宿嘅宿舍啦，咁佢哋可能要自己整鋪好床單啊，自己去manage 佢哋嘅時間啊，咁都要做到能夠自給自足嘅。咁所以咧，去準備咧係非常之緊要嘅。
So shall we see how we should prepare
Yes,
before we take our children
sure.
overseas? So let's look at the first point. It is really necessary to research the area. Though your child may be in boarding school, it's important for them to be familiar with the areas around them. Look at them. If it's possible, go there a bit earlier before school starts so that you can have a little bit of adventure together. Look at where the shops are, where the bus stops are. This gives your child a little bit of self-confidence.
咁樣咧就第一樣嘢咧就係要研究嗰個地區啦，即係你嘅小朋友去讀書嗰個地區，咁就好緊要嘅。點解咧？因為譬如你可以如果能夠嘅話咧，就早啲同佢去。咁首先咧睇下邊度有啲鋪頭啊，或者巴士站喺邊度啊。咁小朋友知道咗咧，佢會俾佢哋多啲信心喺嗰度讀書嘅。
Let's look at point 2. Preparing for cultural understanding. Your child will definitely experience culture shock, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. But what is culture shock? They will experience differences in the way people communicate with each other, the way people say hello or greet each other, and the way people actually have meals. So do sit down with your child and talk about the differences they will face, so that when they do actually go over, they're more confident and more aware of how they should be communicating with the people around them.
咁咧，佢哋開頭去到英國咧，一定咧就會有文化嘅衝擊，有 culture shock 嘅，因為兩個地方係非常之唔同嘅。例如喺英國，大家點樣打招呼啊，大家點樣講嘢啊，大家點樣食飯啊，咁呢啲全部咧都會係同香港好唔同。咁父母咧就應該準備好啲小朋友咧，咁等佢哋有更加大嘅信心，去到英國嗰陣時咧就唔會咁驚啦。
And finally, the third point. Now, to make sure your child is self-sufficient, it is good to start with them doing chores at home. I know we all don't like doing chores, but when they are away and they have to be more independent. And one very important point is also teaching your child how to manage their time. Though they may be in boarding school, they're all in a host family's home, they will always still need to be able to plan their day, do their assignments, so that they're never late with their homework.
咁第三咧都好緊要嘅，就係我哋要開始訓練小朋友咧，就去做屋企嘅雜務，因為佢哋去到咧就要自己做噶啦。咁同埋咧時間管理方面咧，亦都非常之緊要，因為佢會係自己一個人喺嗰邊，咁就冇爹哋媽咪喺度提醒佢哋要做啲乜嘢啊乜嘢啊咁樣，所以咧我哋都要喺佢哋臨離開之前咧，就開始訓練佢哋啦。
Now, in our next section, when knowledge is king, or as I said, queen in the UK, there are many options for children going across. They could live with host families or they could live in boarding school. However, these are some important questions I think we should actually ask the families that we visit or the boarding school matrons. Consider, what will my child, or where will my child be living? Will my child be living in their own room or sharing a room? Will my child be provided meals by the host family? Will they be allowed to cook? Will they, if my child needs additional support, who will be there to help them? All these little things matter because our children will be away from the important people in their lives.
嗱，咁樣另外一樣咧就係咧，我哋要好清楚小朋友去到咧係住喺邊度啦。咁呢個咧就係 knowledge is king， 咁或者係 queen 啦，喺英國嚟講就係。咁佢哋咧可能會喺寄宿家庭啦，或者可能喺寄宿學校啦。咁有好多問題咧，我哋要問自己，同埋我哋亦都要問佢哋住喺嗰度嘅家庭或者學校嘅。咁例如我嘅小朋友會唔會有自己嘅房，定係佢會同人哋 share 個房咧？咁我哋嘅小朋友會係食啲咩嘢咧？係咪會有餐點提供咧？或者佢自己可以煮咧？又或者當我小朋友有其他問題嗰陣，有冇其他嘅支援咧？咁呢啲都係非常之重要嘅問題，係臨走之前咧，我哋已經要揾得出嘅答案嘅。
Crystal, what I would like to say one more thing that's really important for families is that the smallest thing matter. So when your child is actually going across to host families or even boarding school, even that little teddy bear or that photograph will mean a lot to the child.
係啦，咁樣 Vanessa 就話咧，其實咧我哋唔好睇少啲細節啊。當佢哋去外國讀書嗰陣咧，連啲好細小嘅嘢咧，其實都好緊要。例如佢平時屋企玩開嗰隻熊仔啊，咁樣佢要帶埋過去咧，令到佢更加有安全感咧，呢啲嘢都係好緊要嘅。
Now, let's look at some international students' experiences. These are some feedback from students who've actually been to the UK and studied there. Some of them have studied there for many years. This student from Spain felt that being in the school provided him with lots of facilities. He was very happy there. And he met a lot of international students or exchange students. So life was very fulfilling for this student.
咁咧，我哋咧而家就睇一睇啦，有一啲喺英國留學咗好多年嘅學生啦，佢哋想同我哋分享嘅經驗嘅。例如呢一位喺西班牙過嚟英國讀書嘅留學生啦，佢就話學校咧係提供好多設施俾佢，直情係多到咧佢想像以外嘅，能夠咧教到佢咧點樣同人哋相處啊，或者點樣去處理新事物啊，咁樣都非常之有幫助嘅。
Let's look at this student who's from Greece and his experience. I know that many parents might be worried sending their child without any family or parents around. But one thing, look at this student. The student felt that though they were away from home, they felt that though there was different cultural experiences, it was really something they benefited them. Because a child that studies overseas will eventually learn how to work with people from other cultures.
咁另外咧，我哋又睇下呢個嚟自希臘嘅留學生啦。佢就話咧，雖然咧係去咗一個完全唔同嘅國家嗰度住，但係咧佢能夠俾啲經驗佢咧，係能夠令到佢點樣去對待新嘅朋友啦，或者處理新嘅事物啦，都係非常之有幫助嘅。
So another benefit actually for international students is that while studying in the UK, you will find that you will finish your education career much faster than if you actually studied in America. So for an undergraduate, you finish your degree in 3 years and you can add 1 more year to your master degree. While in the United States, you see the whole process takes 6 years. So the move to the United Kingdom is a really positive move for many students.
咁同埋咧，另外有一樣嘢咧，就係喺英國讀書咧 ，actually 比起美國咧係短時間啲嘅。例如咧，學士咧只不過係3年，但係美國咧就要4年啦。咁而碩士咧就喺英國讀咧就1年就可以啦，但喺美國咧就要2年喎。咁樣咧相比之下咧，佢係能夠快手啲去完成個課程嘅。咁今日咧，我哋就係講到呢度啦。咁好希望你哋咧係喜歡我哋嘅短片嘅。咁同埋咧，如果你有任何問題咧，其實我哋而家有一個10天專業問我嘅環節嘅喎。如果你有興趣嘅話咧，請 click on 下邊嗰個 link。咁跟住咧，我哋就會揾專業嘅人士咧去解答你所有嘅問題㗎啦。Thank you for joining us today, Vanessa.
Thank you, Christabel, for having me here.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.